Oh boy. Can't even believe the movie I'm gonna do today. Oh well, the fact that I got some sponsor money coming in ought to help take some of the pain away. Thanks, Squarespace. That's right, Squarespace, a leader in the web design industry for over 20 years. Whether you want to show off your interests, start a side hustle, or finally dive headfirst into that new business, Squarespace makes web design easy. Using their AI-powered website builder, you can make your own fully functional professional site. Just answer some simple questions about your personality and industry, and Design Intelligence will handle the rest, creating a completely customized site loaded with all the features you need. And if you change your mind and want to make some changes, Squarespace's Fluid Engine allows you to easily drag and drop elements, all without doing any coding. Plus, if you're trying to sell some products, whether they're handmade or digital, Squarespace has e-commerce tools built right in, as well as an intuitive inventory management system. So if you're somebody who wants to join the thousands of other people who've used Squarespace to make their dreams a reality, just go to squarespace.com/BrandonTenold or click the link in the description and sign up for your free trial. Then, when you're confident your site's ready for launch, use the promo code BrandonTenold for 10% off your first purchase. Alright, let's get into it. Hey, so remember a little while ago when I talked about the movie Nightmare Weekend and said that it deserved a place in the Bad Movie Hall of Fame? Well, guess what? I found another all-time bad movie contender, and this one might even outdo Nightmare Weekend for sheer incoherence. Prepare yourselves for The Executioner Part 2. Alright, some of you are probably thinking, The Executioner Part 2? Shouldn't I do Part 1 first? Well, guess what? There is no Part 1. Yeah, it's one of those movies that presents itself as a fake sequel, putting it in the same category as stuff like Surf 2 and Leonard Part 6. Supposedly the reason for this is that some Italian backers for the movie wanted it to seem like a sequel to a 1970 movie called The Executioner, starring George Peppard, even though it's completely unrelated. However, I got my own theory. This came out the same year as The Exterminator 2, another vigilante action flick, and I think the people behind this were hoping to trick audiences into accidentally seeing this movie instead, right down to having some similar poster art. And if you still don't believe me, one of the VHS releases seems to have copied the poster for the first Exterminator movie. I would say this is like an 80s version of an Asylum mockbuster, but believe it or not, that would actually be an insult to the Asylum. To give you an idea of what you're in for here, imagine if Tommy Wiseau made an 80s vigilante movie for Canon Films with a lot less money and roughly the same amount of coke they usually had. This one comes to us from Schlockmeister director James Bryan, who's probably best known for the 1981 slasher flick Don't Go in the Woods, but also made stuff like Lady Street Fighter, Hell Riders, and Jungle Trap, along with a bunch of pornographic films. This is the first of Bryan's films I've ever done on this channel, but if this movie is any indication, I have a feeling he's gonna be back. So we begin the way any 80s action flick should, in fucking Nam.
Jesus Christ, we're being hit by our own fire!
Yeah, see what I mean about this starting like a canon movie? The main difference being, I think the money for this one would have barely paid for Chuck Norris's beard gel. And if you needed more proof the budget was low...
Bang!
Did that guy just go bang?
Bang!
Alright, I guess that's one option for when you run out of ammo. Alright, you know the plan, fellas. Run around aimlessly and shoot at whatever. I don't know what's going on here. I don't even know who they're shooting at. They never show any enemies. There's even parts where it seems like they're dying for no reason. Well, at least this scene ends kind of okay. Alright, that was a pretty cool transition, and I want you to make a note of that because it's the only time I'm going to be saying it in this entire video. So it's now the 80s, and one of the soldiers in the Nam flashback, Roger O'Malley, is now a police lieutenant. O'Malley is played by Christopher Mitchum, the son of legendary actor Robert Mitchum, who some of you may remember from one of my earliest videos, Bigfoot. And I wish I could say, well, at least this movie's better than Bigfoot, but... I can't, really. O'Malley's looking for a vigilante named the Executioner, but don't take my word for it. Let the random narrator explain.
Today, the Executioner has struck again.
That's right, again. We're still pretending this is a sequel to something. If you're wondering what the crime in this city is like, we have a gang about to assault a woman. Although judging by their bandanas and belly shirts, I'm a little surprised they're into chicks. And here's another thing you'll quickly notice about this movie.
Oh, come here and look. Oh, what are they doing to her? Oh,
Well, somebody's got to help her.
heavens.
What the hell is that?
That's right, the whole thing is really badly dubbed, and I'm not just talking about the voices.
Punk!
Okay, I see this movie got its sound effects from a Street Fighter 2 arcade machine. Oh, and just listen to that soundtrack.
Well, we did it to her, didn't we?
I'm the king and this is my crowd.
Yeah, this is like Shaft if he only fought extras from the movie Fame. So I'm assuming this guy is the Executioner?
I'm your judge.
Oh, never mind, I guess he's the judge.
And I'm your executioner.
Police still have no idea who the Executioner is.
What the hell is going on?
He's cleaning out the criminals of the city, the rapists, the pimps, the drug dealers. He's doing a better job of fighting crime than the police.
Okay, so why are you trying to catch him then? There's also a local crime boss referred to as the Tattoo Man, and if you want to know how bad he is...
Hey, Mr. Gonzalez, I got this bill here of yours, $64.
You do? But I ain't paying you red penny on that bill of yours.
That's right, he drove all the way to a mechanic just to say he's not paying his bill. Watch out, Wilson Fisk. Even if O'Malley's not having any luck finding the Executioner, he does have some other skills.
It'll be good for another 50,000 miles.
I hope so. Right now, a new car is out of the question. Laura will graduate next year, then she's off to college.
For example, he's also a very talented ventriloquist. Okay, he has some useful talents too. Just look at the way he handles himself in this fight scene against the gang members. Not many people can kick somebody like they're shooing away a cat. And again, about those sound effects.
You win. Perfect.
Oh, and the mechanic here is named Mike, who helped rescue O'Malley back in Vietnam. Of course, I had to look that up, since the Nam scenes didn't have any close-ups, and it's hard to tell who anybody is. Just like it's hard to tell what the hell is going on with this dubbing.
That math test sure was the pits.
It was dumb.
The real old Iron Fist special.
Okay, did I put in a gag dub by mistake? I'm still having trouble figuring out what a lot of these scenes have to do with the rest of the movie. This girl goes to buy drugs from a guy but doesn't have any money, and then we learn he's also a pimp who works for the Tattoo Man?
Mr. Casals, I'm doing the best I can.
Got that, pal? And don't forget, make 'em young and pretty.
Yeah, well, considering the budget here, you're gonna have to take what you can get. Best they can probably do is this lady. Okay, I guess that was it for that scene. There's also this German reporter lady who looks like a combo of Cynthia Rothrock and my Aunt Ruthie, who doesn't want the cops to catch the Executioner since he's helping clean up the streets.
You again. I watched your newscast.
Again! Guess that was it for that scene.
Mr. Easterbrook, I have a message for you, sir.
Is it a note explaining the plot? Because that would really help right now.
Please try to understand the predicament my candidate is in. He cannot be linked in any way with, you know what?
No. Actually, I don't know what. We're 20 minutes in, and so far I'm more confused than I was in Nightmare Weekend. And that movie had a talking hand puppet and flying death pinballs. The other noteworthy actor slumming it in this movie is Aldo Ray as the police commissioner, who probably shot all of his scenes in one afternoon and was never on set with any of the other actors. And if you don't believe me, even though he's not wearing glasses, the guy playing him in the reverse shots is for some reason. The stunt double in I'm Gonna Get You Sucker was less obvious than this. And it had better scene transitions too.
If you want to break the...
Did I put in Turkish Executioner 2 by mistake? Well, guess we're back to these two now.
If you want to break the executioner case, you need all the help you can get.
You're not serious, are you?
I am serious.
Don't let my ridiculous accent fool you. So far into this movie, the only thing I'm completely sure of is that I'd much rather be watching hot teenage assets. I mean, at least that might be better made than this. Every scene transition in this movie feels like a punch in the face. Okay, now we're back to these guys playing gang grab ass, and this time they robbed some homeless lady who made a quilt into a dress. And again, I gotta bring up the soundtrack. Oh, sounds like a pretty cool hip-hop breakbeat. Too bad it's playing under this movie.
Got one fucking dollar bill, man.
She's homeless. How much money did you think she'd have?
Take off. Son of a bitch.
Okay, you're gonna be hearing this a lot in this video, but guess that was it for that scene. Oh, now we're back with this guy. Sure, why not?
So, is what I heard about you true?
That I'm the president of the Jimmy Buffett fan club? You bet it is, baby. Hey, I just bought that shirt, asshole.
Oh, baby, that's the stuff.
Wow, even the dub actress couldn't bother faking it there. And hi, you're in a movie. Wave to the camera. Anyway, back to the gang from earlier, which is apparently the only one in all of Los Angeles. I don't know why everyone's so worried about crime. These guys are like the Glee version of the Warriors. Oh my god, they're committing first-degree condiment battery.
Please! Please! Help!
I don't know what's worse, the awkward edit or that this guy looks like a rejected Sacha Baron Cohen character. Luckily, the exterminator comes by to take care of him, and by that I mean kill him with the same stock footage explosion. Every time they show that explosion, I keep expecting it to cut back to Daffy Duck with his beak on the other side of his head. I was wondering if the Vietnam intro was going to have any bearing on the rest of the movie. Turns out it does. It's so Mike can kill some screen time with flashbacks. I don't know what the reason for this guy being in Mike's garage is, though. Other than an excuse for another fight scene, that is.
Fucking who do you work for? God damn it, who do you work for? The man? Who gives you orders?
I don't know, man. I'm as clueless about the plot as you are, I swear. Unfortunately for Mike, he gets distracted by more flashbacks to the beginning of the movie.
All the way, I'm gonna take him all the way.
That's for trying to pad out the runtime, you piece of shit. I'm beginning to think this guy wasn't even in Nom. He just saw Missing in Action 2 on TBS too many times.
No. No.
Say it with me, people. That's it for that scene. Yeah, smoke all the pot you want. It's not gonna make this movie more entertaining.
I wish this were Coke. Oh, heavenly Coke.
She's actually referring to the Dr. Pepper on the counter. She much prefers Coke. Half an hour in and we find out that this one girl is Christopher Mitchum's daughter. Until this point, I thought these were just more random characters the movie kept cutting away to.
What's going on? I love you. Laura?
Probably at home doing drugs with her friends. Whatever, none of my business.
People, enter the freak show. Take a look at The Last American Virgin. Come on.
No, that's a much better movie. Anyway, Laura needs some money to feed her drug habit, and her friend has a great suggestion. Start working for her dealer as a hooker.
Hey, kid, listen. Hustling's not so bad. You don't have to do it all the time. Just once in a while.
Now, the things girls had to do before OnlyFans existed. And I'm sure turning tricks for this guy's gonna work out great.
She'll get my personal attention. An honest-to-goodness virgin.
Smart thinking. When people want to get a hooker, they'll pay top dollar for somebody who has no idea what the hell they're doing. Meanwhile, O'Malley's hard at work trying to find the executioner, and by that I mean he's drinking with his friends at the awkward transition bar.
Is obvious.
See? What'd I tell you? You know you're in trouble when the movie reminds you that watching Jaws 3D would be a better option. Okay, what's happening now? Mike is busy doing something somewhere? I don't know, I'm trying my best here. Judging by all the pipes, I'm waiting for these Nom flashbacks to just be a nightmare created by Freddy Krueger. I mean, that did come out the same year as this. And wait, this is the hideout for that gang they keep showing? Judging by how they dress, I thought their headquarters would be an interpretive dance studio or something. Alright, motherfucker, this is what you get for looking like you run a Dracula-themed catering business. And just when you thought the editing in this movie couldn't get any worse... I didn't do that. The movie just repeated the same thing again. I can say a few good things, though. For example, it looks like this guy really fell down the stairs. And Jesus, Mike, this seems a little harsh. I think the worst thing I've seen this gang do is pour mustard on people. Meanwhile, O'Malley's daughter's getting ready to start her exciting new career in prostitution. Good thing she wore some flattering pastels.
Well, man's gotta do what a man's gotta do.
Wait. Is there something I should know about you? Because there are some clients that would be into that. Oh, and here's a surprise. Turns out the drug-dealing pimp is actually a mega creep. I would have thought the saw and power drill in his bedroom would have been a dead giveaway. Fortunately for Laura, she's saved when the guy's own hoes turn against him and give her a chance to get away. Anyway, what's her dad doing? Still hard at work fighting crime, I see. You know, Laura, if you need money, instead of turning tricks, how about you just work part-time at the Circle K by your house? Doesn't that sound easier? And hey, the dubbing and editing hasn't been completely baffling for about 5 seconds. Better fix that.
It's those creepos he works for you gotta worry about.
Who?
The tattoo man.
Near me, I'll waste him.
There's another homicide.
This is the first movie I've done where it feels like it was put together by somebody with dementia. Oh, and guess what it cuts to after this scene? The rest of the part they just showed.
Don't ever, and I mean don't ever, get cozy with the tattoo man.
Are you really that afraid of him? Twisted bastard! He gets off on
torturing
pain.
Girls.
Would have been nice if you told me that before I signed up for this. And I doubt her dad is going to be much help. So far in this movie, he's mainly just hung out at bars or Mike's garage. Even the commissioner is yelling at him.
Detective O'Malley, we must get this executioner.
Oh yeah, that is the title, isn't it? I forgot because we haven't seen him for the last 25 minutes of the movie.
Sir? I'm sorry to interrupt, but we found some broken glass.
Oh, what? Was the editor snorting it or something? Oh, and remember when I said O'Malley was a ventriloquist earlier?
Get it in.
Then run it through identification.
He can also change his voice mid-sentence. Later on, German reporter lady has a meeting with the commissioner, which is apparently taking place in the Phantom Zone.
Mr. Commissioner, there is a public outcry against the crime rampant on our streets.
These criminals need to be liquidated. They must be dealt with extreme prejudice. The tattoo man does not like this.
Get rid of the new stain.
And find out where the hell they are while you're at it.
But didn't you mention some special entertainment you had planned for me?
Have I ever?
I'm showing The Executioner Part 2. Oh, damn it. Speaking of which, O'Malley suspects Mike of being the executioner, mainly because it's incredibly obvious by this point that he is. All he needs is a little evidence.
Run this through the lab for fingerprints.
Okay, this movie is completely dubbed, and they still put in Christopher Mitchum blowing his line there. Why? They showed him talking without moving his mouth earlier. Just put the right line in. So, big surprise, Mike turns out to be the executioner. So naturally, O'Malley goes straight to the bar. He's done enough police work for one day.
My best friend, the guy who saved my life in Vietnam, turns out to be the executioner.
This seems like it should be a bigger deal, but the actual executioner part is such an afterthought in a movie called The Executioner Part 2 that I don't even know how he got a sequel in the first place. Meanwhile, the bad guys end up kidnapping O'Malley's daughter. Oh, and they also get German reporter lady 2 for some reason. I don't know, she's also barely a character in this, which is weird considering the actress playing her also wrote this movie. O'Malley goes to confront Mike about being the executioner, which leads to a very Rambo-esque monologue.
Who's the enemy, Roger? The orders are sent us to Nam?
You're home now, Mike. The war's over.
It's not over.
Back there was in charge of $1 million equipment, now I can't even hold a job parking cars. Oh, wait, I fix them instead. I guess that's better. I think Mike might be starting to lose it here.
You've got 3 hours.
Hey, good thinking. He seems stable enough to be left alone for a while. O'Malley's daughter and reporter lady are tied up in the bad guy's lair. I'm not sure what they plan to do to him, but it's probably going to be banned in the UK. And hey, we haven't had any awkward scene transitions in a while. There, that's better.
This place is soundproof. Soundproof!
You can dub in all the screams you want, it's not gonna help. They bring Laura to the tattoo man, and I'm just gonna say, if you're gonna make that your name, you should have more than just some temporary tattoo you got from a pack of bubble gum. Also, considering the lack of budget here, I wouldn't be surprised if they really burn this actress with cigarettes just to save money. Thankfully, Mike is there to come to her rescue, although he seems to have forgotten his executioner costume this time. Either that or the filmmakers just dropped that part of the movie. You still brought plenty of awkwardly dubbed sound effects, though. He might be a little too late. The tattoo man just turned Laura into an extra from an Italian zombie flick, and Mike's moved on from shoving grenades down people's pants. Now he's about to go full Wile E. Coyote on the tattoo man's ass. Oh, right, German reporter lady. Well, you know the first rule of filmmaking. If you introduce a sword really late in the movie, you damn well better use it a couple scenes later, or something, I don't fucking know. This does lead to one of the funniest parts of the movie, though, where she stabs through the guy and into a couch, and then he just gets up with the couch still attached to him. That's one tough son of a bitch.
The executioner's still on the loose.
And even more inexplicably, this movie is still going. Well, I guess we needed to know Christopher Mitchum's daughter is okay.
By the way, how is Laura?
She's in the hospital, but she'll be okay.
I can see you're really shaken up about the whole thing. And Chris's boundless enthusiasm doesn't end there. Just look at when the commissioner tells him to find the executioner.
The executioner is still on the loose.
I'll get him.
How?
I said I'll get him.
There, I said the line. Can I have my check now? My dad's Robert Mitchum, you know. Even when he goes to confront Mike at an old abandoned theater, he looks bored as hell. Hey Mike, I've come to bring you to justice. Come on, we're basically at feature length. Let's get this over with. And it figures this movie ends as abruptly and randomly as some of the transitions. O'Malley finds Mike, and instead of arresting him, he tells him to leave town and just lets him go.
Police state they haven't been able to track him down. Does this mean crime will be returning to our city streets again?
I guess we'll never know, since there is no Executioner Part 3. Although, considering there's no Part 1, would that make it the Executioner Part 2? Oh man, I don't even know where to begin with this one. This is one of the most bafflingly inept movies I've ever done on this show. Everything about it, from the choppy editing, the disjointed plot, the obvious dubbing, every element is so hilariously off in some way that there's times where it stops feeling like a low-budget exploitation flick and seems more like some kind of experimental art film that's lampooning 80s action flicks. So if you want to have a bad movie night with some friends and aren't sure of what to pick, pop on The Executioner Part 2 and be prepared to stare at the screen slack-jawed at what you're witnessing. Alright, that's all for now. Next episode I think I'm going to do something a little better, which would be pretty much anything. Until next time.
Chicken shit.
Tony, watch your mouth.
Shut up, Toots.